Right, Apple has launched some new products. I'm currently away traveling, which means this video is going to be a bit different. So I'm in the Netherlands at the moment traveling. The reasons for that will become clear in future videos. But as is always the case, Apple launches something while I'm away. I've not seen them yet, although I have got an inkling what they are, obviously. So I'm going to open Apple's website and just give you my no holds barred reaction to what they've launched today. Right, let's go. So, oh, interesting. They've started with the, I assume, the regular iPad. iPad, lovable, drawable, that's very hard to say, magical. There's that word again, magical. But yeah, I think this is the regular iPad, the entry-level iPad. Let's learn more, Tim. Tell us about it. Ooh, well, straight away, new colours. And that is very encouraging, actually, because this entry-level iPad is brilliant. The problem has been the hardware, which, a bit like the iPhone SE, gets older and older each year. But it does look like, on first glance, they have finally updated it. And I think they've increased the price, because it now says from $449. I'll need to double check this. A lot of the detail in this video might be wrong because I'm doing this off the cuff, but I think that's a price increase. Straight away, colours. The first thing they're pointing out here is the base level iPad now comes in lots of different colours, and they're very nice actually. This is what I wanted them to do with the MacBook Air, with the M2 MacBook Air, rather than the kind of normal, dour greys and weird smudgy black thing. Why didn't we get this? Why didn't we get these beautiful iMac-like colours? It's lovely. It looks really nice. Right, draw, paint, and write with the Apple Pencil. Nice, yeah. The Magic Keyboard Folio, okay. That really does cement this as a laptop replacement. I know a lot of people aren't keen on that phrase with the iPad, but it is. I think with this particular model, with the base model, for a lot of people who are going into the iPad at this level, it's going to be their new laptop, basically. Sorry, that was the biscuits. And then straight into iPad OS. So, okay, they've not said that much about the hardware, because they're now talking about iPad OS. Is it iPad OS 16? Probably not. Okay, so it's got the A14 Bionic. Okay. I don't get too upset about what they put into iPads because iPads are just so quick. My 2018 iPad Pro, I can't remember what chip that's got in it, but it still feels as fast as the day I bought it. I know Tim Cook did a teaser tweet earlier which was all about drawing and stuff, so it's clear this is the real, if you excuse the pun, draw for this iPad. Shoot content with a 12 megapixel wide back camera. Wide back camera? What's a wide back camera? And then we're on to the front facing camera, which is a 12 megapixel landscape. Has center stage support, which is great. It's a fairly run-of-the-mill update internally. I mean, they haven't done much to the guts of this thing. Well, the key thing is the colours, but the screen as well, which has got rid of Touch ID. Has it got rid of Touch ID? No, I mean, Touch ID must be on the power button. Perhaps we'll get to that. But they've got rid of the physical button, finally. Here's a bit more on the screen. So True Tone, 10.9-inch display, like I mentioned earlier. AR experiences, SharePlay. Has anyone used SharePlay? I haven't. Jot for Joy. Yeah, it's the same. It feels like I'm reading the same page over and over again. Okay, basically, we've got a new entry-level iPad, which I think is more expensive. I'll double check that. And which has very nice new colours. Finally, the kind of updated iPad Air / iPad Pro design. And that's it, really. But it's going to sell like hotcakes, I think. It's just that price that is a bit bothersome. Right, what's going to be next? I think I know. Let's have a look. iPad Pro. Brand new iPad Pro, supercharged by the M2 chip. Now, if you missed my content on the M1 iPad Pro, you'll know that I could not fathom why Apple put that chip in there and then did nothing with it. So what have they done? They've gone and put the M2 chip in the next one, even though they've done nothing with the M1 chip in the previous iPad Pro. So it's available starting the 26th of October, which I think is next week, is it? Okay, I better get our ordering skates on for that. Oh, no, I don't want to order it. I don't want to order it yet. Well, I will, but not at the moment. That's not the point of this video. So straight away, the headline feature, the thing that is above the fold, is the M2 chip. Because the iPad here, the iPad Pro, looks identical to the previous version. So at the moment, and including actually the Magic Keyboard, that looks the same as well. So at the moment, there's nothing different. Nothing different at all. It does have astonishing performance though, and incredibly advanced displays, super fast wireless connectivity, next level Apple Pencil capabilities, wonder what they are, powerful new features in iPad OS 16. This is apparently the ultimate iPad experience. Basically, this bit here it's going to delve into how fast the M2 chip is. So it's 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU, it's 15% faster, the CPU, it's 35% faster for graphics. There's lots of percentages on here that are better than the previous version, yada, yada, yada. Okay, I just can't get excited about this when my 2018 iPad Pro with the non-M chip in it is really fast still. A complete movie studio in your hands. It's not though, is it? Because unless I see something else as we keep scrolling down this page, there's no proper Final Cut Pro on the iPad. I want that desperately. I've written about this, I've talked about it briefly on this channel. That would make use of these M chips and it would make the iPad Pro a complete movie studio. That isn't what this is. You know, they're showing us something different. They're showing us DaVinci Resolve. That's not good enough, Apple. I want to see Final Cut Pro. 12.9-inch liquid retina XDR display, best and brightest. I bet this is the exact same display as the previous generation from the looks of it. Same contrast ratio, same nits, P3 colour, true, it's all the stuff we've had. ProMotion, it's the same display, isn't it, I think? There's the 11-inch version. They haven't got rid of the 11-inch version. That's interesting. I was one of the people who did think that that might be on its last legs, simply because the iPad Air is such a good iPad. Okay, it doesn't have ProMotion and it misses some of the other stuff and it doesn't have the M chip in it, but it's such a good iPad for such a good price. Why would you buy the 11-inch iPad Pro? But clearly, they must be selling enough of them because there's a new one. And then we're straight into iPad OS again. So we're done with the hardware, are we? Is that it? Well, we don't need to talk about iPad OS 16 because it's not that exciting. Cameras. What have they done with the cameras? So this has got features an ultra-wide camera with a 12 megapixel sensor. That's what we had before, I think. Center stage, we know all this. Okay, this is all fairly old news. Wide camera is 12 megapixel and the ultra-wide is 10 megapixel. Again, I think that's the same as last time. The LiDAR scanner, which no one knows what it does, no one uses it, that's still there, obviously. Magic Keyboard, have they done something with the Magic Keyboard and the Apple Pencil? Let's have a look. Pro accessories, Apple Pencil, Magic Keyboard, okay, fine. Draw, take notes, okay. Is it any different? No, Apple Pencil, second generation. So it's the same Apple Pencil. Oh, hang on, a new dimension of Apple Pencil. Apple Pencil Hover shows you exactly where your Apple Pencil will touch down on your display. Interesting. Now, funnily enough, that is something that you get with the S Pen, which I just happen to have with me today for other reasons in the S22 Ultra. That's what the S Pen does. So when you have the S Pen hovering over the screen on your S22 Ultra, you see a little dot, which is kind of where it's going to appear on the screen, and that is actually quite useful. They say you can write, sketch and illustrate with even greater precision. So this is where the new Apple Pencil stuff comes in. See how your watercolours mix before you paint. Okay, I mean, I'm not an illustrator. I'm a terrible illustrator. I don't illustrate at all. So this doesn't make any difference for me whatsoever, but I guess for people who do use their iPad Pros for drawing stuff and illustrating things, this is nice. This is definitely a nice thing. And oh, it's all down to the M2 chip. Of course it is. The M2 chip makes this possible because it instantly interprets those signals and determines the position of the Apple Pencil in 3 dimensions. I knew they were going to use the M2 chip for something, and they're using it for the Apple Pencil. Interesting. And then we're into apps. We're pretty much at the bottom of the page here, guys. We're pretty much done. Okay, that's the iPad Pro. I am going to be getting one because I've decided to finally replace my 2018 iPad Pro. I've been talking about it quite a bit on this video. It's still a great iPad, but I've got to put my money where my mouth is. I'm a tech reviewer. I focus on Apple. I need to get one of these new iPad Pros and use it, I guess. And yeah, that's the plan. So I will get one of these and I will return, if I can get my words out, with a proper review. Now I have no idea what's next. I know there's something, but I have no idea what it is. So let's have a look. Apple TV. TV 4K, the Apple experience, cinematic in every sense. It looks exactly the same as the current Apple TV, or the old now Apple TV, but that's kind of what they do with this. So anyway, let's have a look. Let's learn more. Let's see. The new Apple TV 4K brings TV Plus, Apple Music, and Fitness Plus, etc., 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 with the blazing performance of the A15 Bionic chip. Intuitive controls, and then we're into just the Apple TV app. This all looks the same, there's nothing different here. Oh, here we are. Cinematic experience, true to life picture, unreal sound. 4K picture, we had that before. Dolby Vision, I think we had that before. HDR10+, I'm fairly sure we had that before as well. Okay, Dolby Atmos, we had that before. Oh, And then with Siri remote. Have they changed the remote? Is that different? No, it's the same remote. Better Together, the best supporting cast in television. Talks about the iPhone, the colour calibration, which again has been around for a little while now. Smart Home Hub. Yeah, this is all stuff which we've had already. That's it. That's the end of that page. So the new Apple TV, this cinematic experience, is what it was before, but it's got a new chip, which is the A15 Bionic. Let's just go back to the home page, and is there anything else? No, iPhone 14 Pro, iPhone 14. That was it. So we've got a new entry-level iPad, a new iPad Pro ×2, obviously 11-inch and 12.9-inch, and a new-ish Apple TV. I can see why they didn't have an event. There's just not much to talk about here. You know, that M2 chip going into the iPad Pro, okay, the new Apple TV 4K with a new chip. It's all new chips, isn't it? New brilliant chips which are replacing the brilliant chips that were in there before. The thing that is, I think, genuinely quite exciting actually, and this would have made a relatively interesting thing on stage, is that new entry-level iPad, which I do think is more expensive, unfortunately, but you are getting an incredible iPad for that still, and it's still a good price, I think, for what is still the best tablet on the market. I love the colours, I love the fact they've finally ditched the old design with the big bezels and the Touch ID button. That's it, guys. That's my reaction to Apple's announcements today. I think they're out of marketing juice. They're clearly just getting these products out because they need to get them out. I can't really complain though, because it has been a good year for Apple. It's been topped off already, even before today's announcements, with the Apple Watch Ultra and also the AirPods Pro 2. They are both products that have completely stolen the show for me. So I'm going to order myself 2 new iPads. I won't bother with the Apple TV, utterly pointless, and I'll report back once they arrive. But in the meantime, if you've still got some time, keep watching for a link to my recent video where I took the Apple Watch Ultra on a hike around the Peak District.